everybody, and welcome to the Everything is Fine, Nothing is Ruined podcast. Your host, Hassan, joined as always by Tristan.
That's me. Yeah.
This week, it's a great episode because
Yeah.
Tristan wants to talk about how he's been playing a game where he's the Dirge, being a anti-hero, doing all his murdering. That's right, folks. We get to hear him talk about Vincent in the 2006 game Dirge of Cerberus.
Oh.
Yay.
Well, I mean, Dirge of Cerberus is unnecessary as far as Final Fantasy games go. I applaud their attempt at making a character action game using Vincent. That's not why we're here to talk about it, Hassan. Not in the slightest.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, you're welcome. I'm gonna let you dodge that bullet real good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be
Ooh,
honest,
man.
I never understood people who liked him. He's a lame edgelord.
I had nothing against Vincent. I like the way he looks. He is an edgelord. You're correct.
Yeah.
But I count myself as somebody who does like an edgelord from time to time.
Oh my God, you're about to start defending Sasuke in Naruto.
Oh Lord, no. I have some fucking standards from edgelords. Dracula style, yeah, I'm down with that. Give me that style edgelord. That's why I reckon rock with Vincent. Sasuke, nah, man. That's the whiny little brat. I can't do that shit. I think that show would have been and manga would have been better if they had just killed Sasuke off during the whole Ninja War thing and not let him come back. Anybody saw him in him?
I would have said that show would have been better if they killed him off like within the second arc.
Oh, sure, that'd be fine too.
Yeah.
I think he's ultimately unnecessary as a character.
Kinda, yeah.
So he kind of fucks off pretty early, and then we don't really get much from him, like plotline wise. Like nothing he does has any real consequence to it. He just kind of shows up and does things. So I'm not wrong.
Like,
I don't care when he's
just like Vincent.
Yeah, unfortunately, like Vincent. Well, at least he does. I mean, he is there to help stop Sephiroth. I mean, I can't remember what his like character plot is. It doesn't matter though. I'm not here to talk about Vincent, thankfully.
So what are we here to talk about then? Because you said you want to talk about the Dirge.
Yeah, well, I didn't say Dirge specifically. I did say Dark Urge, because not everybody knows what Dirge is. I do because I've run in the wrong forms. But no, we're here to talk about Baldur's Gate 3, Dark Urge, which is not, for those who don't know it, it is not a DLC for Baldur's Gate 3.
Are you just gonna tell us all about your what was the bear guy again?
Halcyon?
Yes, it's just gonna be like Halcyon inflation fan art because I need to go if that's the case.
I have none of that because that's all out there on Roll34 for free. And then on top of that, that's pedestrian. I prefer myself with a bit of a murder kink, apparently. So, Baldur's Gate 3. It's a game that came out in 2023. We all know it. We all enjoyed it. It's a CRPG made by Larian Studios, based off the D&D framework, etc., etc. You basically know what Baldur's Gate 3 is. Now, when that game was released, they gave you multiple paths to choose to play as, which is you can make your own character, and you are generally referred to as Tav, T-A-V, which is the kind of the starting name, kind of like a Link, where you can you don't need to be called Link, but you're Link, but you can change your name from something else to something else, like Butthead. or you can choose, one of the other paths as like one of the characters in the main party. Like you can play as Asterion, Karlach, etc. Doesn't matter. There is a separate path though, and there's a set of people who believe that the best way to play Baldur's Gate 3, especially as like a second playthrough, is to play as a Dark Urge character. Now what does that mean? So effectively, Dark Urge character is a character who is dead set, well, possibly dead set on an evil run. And this has a lot of fun connections and connotations within the world, especially if you've played the previous Baldur's Gate games. Because what this means is you are trying to fight the urge to just literally murder everything. You have multiple points in dialogue in which you are allowed to be like, I just want to kill shit, and be weird and creepy about it. There are multiple times like your dialogue will change to be like your in-game like voiceover stuff will be like blood, give me, like that kind of stuff. Like you are like, the more you tend towards those aspects, your character starts going just a little wackadoodle. The Dark Urge character is effectively a way to legitimately play as a murder hobo.
Look, some of us just end up as a murder hobo by accident through those games.
Yes.
So,
and that's fine. That's how that works. That's just how that works often enough. But the Dark Urge gives you an in and an out to murder hobo. It's like, hey, I was just following orders, I guess. Ooh, that sounds bad. But more so, it's more so, hey, like, my Dark Urge told me to do this. I didn't mean to kill this person. I just had a horrible urge to do so. Maybe there's something evil out there that's causing me to do this. Oh, it's a fun way to play. And I think that it is probably, especially after you played like the first time through, if you want to do multiple runs, it is the best way to like do a second run personally, because it gives you a lot of options as far as like developing who your character is. Effectively, when you start off as Tav, as a created character, you are a blank slate character. You can go anywhere, do it, whatever you want. You can present yourself however you want to present yourself, and that's fine. But you don't get much besides, like, you don't get many options besides presenting your class and race, as well as trying to just be like, yeah, I'm from Baldur's Gate. I'm a Baldurian, and therefore I know this, and this, and that's great. But like, your character effectively is just like, I know wizard stuff or whatever class is. I know this thing, I know that thing, and that's it. Otherwise, it's all just your common choices. So it kind of leaves you starved for options as a character. And there, with the Dark Urge, you at least get an interesting path. Which is basically, yeah, you are trying to resist, or you're giving into the urge to do horrible, unspeakable things to people. And it gives you targets. Effectively, you are an assassin, let's say. And this is basically given to you in dialogue, in certain choices. Like I said, you can always, there's typically a Dark Urge choice somewhere in the dialogue to be like, okay, you can be like, hey, nice cat. Or you can be like, give me that fucking cat, I'm gonna eat it. Like that. Like that's basically where your character is stemming from. Maybe less like full goblin, but like, more so I'm going to slit the throats of my enemies while they sleep, and they may not even be enemies that they know of, kind of thing. You're all about that murder lifestyle.
Does it
Mhm.
like? Do you get additional powers or rewards compared to a
Mm,
non-Dark Urge run?
you do. Oh, you definitely do. In fact,
Okay.
the Dark Urge is definitely a interesting thing. So, one of the first things the Dark Urge grants you, and I think I may have stumbled into the best way to play this game, play the Dark Urge, right off the bat, because one of the first things in the game that it grants you as a Dark Urge is a cape, a cloak, mantle. That's what it's called in this instance. That lets you, upon killing an enemy, lets you turn invisible. Like, you immediately turn
Okay.
invisible.
Yeah. All right. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
So I think for me, like historically, video games have done a poor job incentivizing you to
Yeah.
stick to an evil path, which admittedly is a good thing. But
Yes.
if I think about something like, say, KOTOR or
Hmm.
Mass Effect, just BioWare in general with their games, yeah, you could choose the evil bad guy route, but
Hmm.
most of the time it doesn't necessarily make things a whole lot easier for you. Other than KOTOR, the final boss is dramatically easier. But
Yeah.
other than that, it's like, well, yeah, you could choose the evil path, but you're a bad guy. Mass Effect doesn't make it any easier, and it just makes your character look weird. Fable kind of had the neat stuff with the whole you kind of look
Hmm.
like a demon. BioShock, that one you could either, what was it? It was like, I forget the options how they list it, but it was essentially free the little sisters or harvest them.
Yeah.
And harvesting them gave you essentially just 10% more plasma or whatever it was.
Yep.
It was just sort of a, okay, if my options are free an innocent little girl or murder her, hey, if it was, hey, you get 5 times as much plasma for murdering these girls.
Hmm.
Okay, maybe I just murder the one or two
Every
instead of all,
Hey, every so often you got to murder a little girl.
Yeah.
No.
But I just, yeah, historically, I think video games haven't done
Hmm.
a great job actually
Yes.
in, like, I guess not rewarding you for choosing the evil path, but making the evil path more interesting than just,
Hmm. Yeah.
I'm an evil murderer.
Yep. So the cool thing with the Dark Urge, glad you mentioned this, because the cool thing with the Dark Urge path is that it effectively is I'm an evil murderer, but there are good deep lore reasons for this, as well as like story implications as to why you're there, what you're doing. You have a better place in reality, as opposed to I was just picked up by the ship and now I'm here, kind of thing. Um, let me spill this. Let me just spill the beans of this. So, I've gone through the entire Dark Age plot line and have done the things with it. It's a lot of fun. Um, so what happens is you are effectively a ball spawn. Now that is spelled
How dare you call me that?
BHAAL, BHAAL, because yes, I know what you're going to say, but Bahal, technically is how you should say it.
I mean,
But
technically, if you think about it, we're all ball spawn.
we're all ball spawn. It's true. I agree.
It's where the semen comes from.
I think we understood his son.
You
Anyway,
see,
go on.
there's a zygote,
Uh-huh.
and
Mm-hmm. More about the reproductive functions of humans.
yeah,
All right, yeah. Anyway, so you are a ball spawn. You're not just a ball spawn though. You are the ball spawn. Um, my God, I will not forgive D&D for naming this guy Ball. Ball is the god of murder. And what he is good at is murdering things. He is basically a chosen god, which means he is a guy that became a god. And yes, he was very good at murder and became the preferred god who, if you need to do a murder, you pray to Baal, and he'll grant you those powers just to get the job done. A little bit of luck too. But yeah, you are the Baal spawn, and what that effectively means is you were actually his number one guy, not who the other one was, which was basically Orin, who is regarded as like the other. There are three main villains in this game, and Orin is one of them. It's Orin, Gortash, and Demon. I can't remember.
J.K. Simmons.
J.K. Simmons' character, yeah, Kevor. Shit, I can't remember his name. Cleavor. Something like that. It's something like that. He's an elf. It's a whole thing. He's got a great character, actually. I like his character a lot. I just can't remember his name for some reason right now. It starts with a K. And he's a necromancer paladin kind of guy. An oathbreaker, if you will. Point is, there are three of these main dudes. Orin is one of them. And what this means is you were actually one of these, like the chosen three of the absolute evil elder brain situation. So you actually were the other one, but you got snatched up, and your memory was erased during a bunch of things happening. And Orin capitalized on that, took your place, and effectively started becoming a loose cannon. It gets to a point where basically, when you get to Baldur's Gate finally in Act 3, Gortash is like, oh, thank God it's you. Like, he is legit happy to see you. Because, like, oh, wait, you're the one that was fucking up our plans? Oh, okay. Wait, you were like, we were best buds, right? And you're like, oh, okay, yeah. So you can choose to play on that if you want to. And if you insight check that and you succeed, you're like, he's probably looking to betray you eventually anyway. But, like, yeah, he's being truthful here. In that you and him had like an allyship, and you were like running this fucking city, but between Gortash and yourself. That's the point of all that shit happening. And like when you got snatched up and by the mind flayer ship, basically, and your mind got wiped out. You effectively lost contact with all that, and so he had to start from scratch with Orin, who was the next in line for the ball spawn situation. And he hates her because she's unpredictable and like way too crazy. Whereas like, you're a murderer, yeah, you're definitely a murderer, but you can be worked with, you can be reasoned with, and like you do what you do and you do it well. But hey, you take orders and you can formulate a plan, kind of thing. Now, when I did the Dark Urge playthrough, I chose to start my character as I multi-class into a rogue monk, and I think that is definitely the way to play the Dark Urge. Because the shit you can do, that's a very powerful combination, even in basic D&D. But like, especially Baldur's Gate, where they fixed the monk quite heavily, and there's a thing that the thief rogue gets that just basically says, hey, you get an extra bonus action And monks love bonus actions. They can do their flurry of blows all day long with bonus actions. So you just kind of like slide into this slot of like, yes, I am a stealthy murder fiend who rips you apart with their bare hands. So it's kind of like this playthrough was all about like kind of sneaking around for me and doing those kinds of things. So it fit in with the Dark Urge situation. That's what I'm trying to say.
I think it'd be funny if you were Bard, though.
So I've seen Dark Urge Bard, and that is also quite hilarious because Bard is really good at, of course, like mind manipulation and that sort of stuff. So you could effectively cause people to go mad and kill people for you. And I think that's also a valid way to play the Dark Urge. Technically speaking, the way to play the Dark Urge, like that is presented to you up front, is a Dragonborn sorcerer. And I'm like, where is that coming from? With like a draconic bloodline and everything. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah, I think in my head, I'm just picturing it as your character having to talk with Ball, and it kind of being like the scene in Holy Grail where it's the dad talking to his son. He's like, but I don't want to rule. I want to sing. Just Ball having to be like, no, goddammit, I want you to murder, not sing.
No. Yeah, basically that's
You're my spawn. We kill. You can't kill through music.
God damn it.
Like, oh, you can't kill through music. Okay, well, you go do your singing then.
Ball's like, oh, you proved me very wrong. And I appreciate that.
You.
I didn't even think you could do that. Now you've done it. Fantastic. As a god, I didn't know you could do it. That's crazy. Yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of valid ways to play the Dark Urge, but I think the way is like, a rogue monk situation where you are sneaking around and like backstabbing people and like ripping them apart with your bare hands and that kind of stuff. I think that's lends itself pretty well to exactly what the Dark Urge wants to be. So let's discuss some of the choices you can make as the Dark Urge. Because obviously this is a high lethality character. And some of them you can stumble into without even knowing what's going on. Like I did. And I immediately was pretty impressed with how far they let you take this. From the get-go. Because like when you first start on the Mind Flayer ship, like you can do some Dark Urge stuff there. Like, oh, you feel murder in your blood and all these things. All this stuff is there. Like, okay, yeah. But it's not until you get out of the ship and you're on the beach in Act 1, and you're like, ooh, you could just kill Shadowheart right there. You could just kill her. And the game's like, you could. Are you going to kill Shadowheart? Maybe. I don't know. I didn't, but we'll get there. There is one companion I definitely killed, and I didn't quite mean to do that. There's another one I let get killed, which was shocking to me. There's a scrape and tussle between Shadowheart and Lae'zel, and yeah, and Shadowheart came on top of that one, and I didn't do anything to stop it. It's like. I'll watch this out.
My first playthrough went the other way. My Shadowheart died very early in that game.
Oh,
yeah.
That's too bad. Poor
my first playthrough, most of the companions died. Shadowheart, Halsin, Lae'zel, other elf lady, I can't think of her name.
Oh, Missoura?
Well, no, she obviously.
Oh, Jaheira.
Jaheira. Yeah, so at least 5 of them dead. The Bull dude, he died.
Minsk.
Yeah.
I have a very hard time.
Most of them died in the first playthrough. Things did not go well.
Ooh.
Let's say I don't need to be a Dark Urge to have a lot of death. Apparently.
But the options are fun.
Most of those didn't intend though. Wasn't on purpose. Just.
Yeah.
Poor choices.
Fair enough. You can. A lot of the times you can bring them back. Except for like the story beat ones. There are story beat ones that you can't bring them back at. But anyway, whatever. So yeah, Lae'zel died in that second Dark Urge playthrough, as well as in my first playthrough, but that was at the hands of Orin, and I kind of didn't understand what that like she was just gonna go through with the fucking.
Yeah,
I thought there was gonna be.
That's how she died as well.
I thought there was gonna be a dialogue option that's just gonna be like, "Hey, don't kill my friend," kind of thing, and there wasn't one. You're supposed to just attack her.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, no, in my Dark Age playthrough, Shadowheart stabbed the shit out of Lae'zel when they fought at night, and I was like, oh, this went very differently the last time I played this. All right, this something fucked up there. So there's that. Then Gale has an interesting interaction with Dark Urge. So you know he's got his hand stuck out of the portal. Like, oh, a little help here. Oh, I'm stuck in this portal as a wizard. Kind of situation. The Dark Urge has a thing where, like, when you encounter Gale, there's an option for think about cutting his hand off.
Okay.
Now, when I clicked on this option, I thought it was just going to give me like a piece of dialogue where it's like, oh, you just thought about it. It's like, ooh, it's the idea of ravaging this hand off the flesh and then like feasting upon it, or, some crazy shit like that, right? No, you cut his fucking hand off and shove him back in the portal, and he blows up. Like, like you cut Gale's hand off. You don't just think of it. You do it, and then he dies in the astral plane. It's just like, you got a hand now. So I started a handbag. Yeah, as you do.
How many hands is that going to let you collect?
A lot. There's actually a lot of hands you can collect, Hassan. Because of one of the side quests requires you to collect some hands to get into the Temple of Baal.
Yeah, no, I remember that.
Yeah,
I didn't think there were that many hands.
I had 10 hands.
Okay, well, that's a lot.
It's a lot. Anyway, yeah. So I did that. Let's see, did that, and then basically like there's another very important one, which is where you first really encounter the Dark Urge stuff. And you get to encounter your little butler man, Scleritus Fell. And that's after you encounter Alfira, who is the bard in the grove, who is singing that fun little song, lamenting the loss of her master and all this stuff. And when you encounter her as Dark Urge, she shows up in your camp the next night, and it's like, I'm going to join your party. You could use a bard. I am going to 100% help you and buff the party and do all the cool things. And then you off her real hard. You have no option to save the poor girl. The game takes over and you just, yeah, you just take her out. 100%. Done. And then you're like, oh god, you gotta bury the body. So you drag her off, dump her somewhere. And yeah, so basically it's like that's what happened. And then after that, Scleritus Fell, this little demonoid man with a top hat and like a nice suit shows up. He's like, ooh, I saw that you killed that poor bard. It's like, oh, you little creepy fuck. He's like, oh, master, I wish you would kill me, kind of thing. He's got the murder kink. So yeah, effectively he grants you the mantle for the ball spawn mantle but lets you go invisible. And then that leads you into a path of like, yeah, if you kill more people, Baal is gonna be super down with you, and like you're gonna be in his great graces, to be honest. So I did a lot of murders, not of innocent people. I decided pretty early on in my playthrough I was going to limit that to murdering dudes who definitely deserved it. And that worked out until I forgot that Will was in my party and I had him multi-classed into Paladin because, yeah, who hasn't multi-classed Will into a Paladin? Raise your hands. I don't believe you. Plus Warlock Paladin's pretty strong. Anyway, point is, yeah, he definitely got the short end of that stick because he lost his oath because we were doing sneak attacks, and apparently as a paladin, they don't like that. They don't like a sneak attack and slavers. And I thought that was okay. I figured that'd be fine because I was walking into the. It was like during the what are they called? The deep gnomes and the deep dwarves. Like basically because like the dwarves are Dwergar, there we go. The Dwergar are basically enslaved the deep gnomes, and it's like, okay, well, that's bad. So here's what we're gonna do: kill all the Dwergar. Easy. And so like I would set it up and like just systematically take them out. But the game went like, well, they're talking to you, and that's still murder. So away goes his oath. So I rolled that back and just took him out of the party while I was doing that shit because I felt that was unfair at the very least. To Will, not to me. Couldn't care less about Will, about myself. To Will, it's like, yeah, you know what? Let him do his thing. Anyway, yes, you need to murder, sneak, kill. Act 1 doesn't have a ton of it. It has plenty, but not a ton. And pretty much every NPC you encounter, there's a thought of like basically like tearing this person apart and just fucking shoving them into a dark hole somewhere, like their body. And then Act 2 happens. And Act 2 is the one that gave me the most interesting stuff because, so here's the thing. Well, until Act 3. Act 2 gives you, as the Dark Urge, basically like there are things you can do to like betray the Harpers, and when you get to Moonrise Tower, you can really get in there as a like double agent of the whole thing. But also when you go to the Moonlight Inn, I can't remember the name of the inn, but there's that inn you go to that's basically protected by the by Salune, with the big old like light dome over it. And you go there, and I was absolutely 100% geared up towards, okay, I now knew that the whole Marcus fight, when he shows up flying with his flying demons and shit, I'm like, I know there's a way to beat this guy now. Because I looked it up. It's like my first playthrough, I failed that fight, and he killed what's her face, and I was like, not having that. And then the fight after I fucked that fight up. He beat me to like half to death. And the fight after that was like me scraping by the skin of my teeth to get to basically defeat everything there and get the hell out. And that was not that. I mean, that was a fun fight, but that was a brutal fight. So I was like, okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna play it smart. We set shit up. We're not gonna go into her room just yet until I'm ready to go. So I'm gonna have like pathways blocked off. We're gonna have people at the doors, kind of thing. Let's go. And so like it kicked off, and like yeah, I romper stomped that guy into the dirt, and then I was like, fuck yeah, I did it. I protected the cleric of Salune, and like now the inn is like it's still in the moonlight, and I can go and like I can start working on Karlach's backstory with because like Damon's still there, so I can get her like iron like the fell iron kind of thing happening for her, and like this is great. And the game goes like, hey, you should kill that cleric. Just saying. Be very funny if you did. And I'm like, no! But I'm not going. So I didn't, because I'm like, I had just put so much time and effort into protecting her, and I had already seen what horrible shit happens to you if you don't. And I'm like, I'm not going to. So that unfortunately started me in the path of like, I'm going to reject the whole ball spawn thing, because I failed that quest line of kill the cleric, and I believe it's like it's worded as such as like kill like the pretty cleric or kill like the precious cleric kind of thing. It's like making her to be cutesy. I'm like, ooh, it's I get it.
Yeah.
It makes you feel very evil for taking that quest on and accepting it and succeeding. So yeah, with there are other things that happened as well. So like there's some shit that later on, as a ball spawn, you can do other things once you get past Moonrise Tower into the Elder Brain Sanctuary area. And those aren't really totally noteworthy, but like you can kill dudes, like you can like, yeah, you can murk quite a few people like Mizora and that kind of thing. At least attempt to anyway. I did have a very easy time with I had a very, very easy time actually with Kelemvor, I think his name is. Like him when he like takes on the aspect of Merkel and becomes a giant like demigod with like the scythe. I did terrible things to that man in that fight. You should not be able to bully a demigod. Whatever build I had happening, oh boy, he did not see it coming. Like I gotta say, monk rogue, baby. That's the way to have a good time. Make your whole party monk rogues. Fuck it. Who needs healing? That shit sucks. You got short rests.
I'm still pro. Is it Gloomstalker? That's
Gloomstalker's very, very good. Yes,
it's you just plunk down a bunch of thorns on the ground, and then you plunk down your like fog of war, or whatever it's called, and then characters are basically just stuck going. They can't find you, and they're just walking on thorns, taking damage. It's great.
Yeah. Another classic combination is Gloomstalker and Assassin, because if you start the fight and you get surprised on the other enemy, which, hey, if you're playing that kind of style, and I was playing that style, you get surprise rounds often. They're great, because it means the enemies don't get to act until round 2. And yeah, like Moonstalker Assassin is very powerful for that specific reason, because you get auto crits and all that stuff. It's amazing. Yeah. Anyway, Gloomstalker's great. So past that, I did fuck up and Jaheira died. And it's not by my hand. So they went charging off into Moonrise Tower, and I said, okay, cool, and took a circuitous path up Moonrise Tower from off to the side. And I didn't go and join the melee, so like that sounds like work. I'd rather just do this. Yeah. So there's that. Let's see. After that, we get to Baldur's Gate. And this is where like the interesting stuff really happens, because it's finally revealed to you like what you really are by this point. And because now you get interactions with Orin. Orin is there and pestering you. And like there are a few times where like when you show up as Tav, Orin is there to just be like, fuck you, I'm here to kick your dog and eat your lunch kind of shit. And she'll show up as a shapeshifter and like do these things, and you're like, ooh, that Orin. But as the Dark Urge, the dialogue between you and her is a lot more palpable. Like, oh my god. Because you're both crazy murderers. And like ball spawn. And what the game does is like every little, like you're both like basically twisting the knife into each other as much as you possibly can until one of you snaps. And then like that's when like it makes more sense why Orin like kidnaps a party member of yours and takes them to the Temple of Baal. It's like, oh, okay, this makes a hell of a lot more sense because like she really wants to get my goat now, as opposed to with Tab, it's like, oh, that's just a dirty move. Um, but now it's like, ooh, it's that moment of like, oh, it's fucking on kind of situation. So that's why you need to like get in there and take her down. And if you go through the like the Baal ritual and that kind of stuff, Saravok has a lot of interesting shit to say because like he's effectively your grandfather. Well, he's actually Orin's like real grandfather, but like you kind of are his kin. And talking to him is eye-opening as far as like what's going on with Baal and like all the lore towards that stuff, because like Saravok is supposed to be dead as of the first game, as of Baldur's Gate 1 back in 1999. Or it was 98. Either way. And him coming back is like not a thing that should happen ever, because he's very dead in that first game. But it's like Baal resurrected him as kind of like a like keeper of like murder and that kind of stuff, of like the temple and all these things. He's like, yeah, you did a great job. I grant you immortality. Stare at this stone wall for forever, you idiot. Haha, kind of thing. But like, yeah, leave the rituals of murder and stuff. That's exactly what I want you to do. It's cool. You're a cool ritual leader and that kind of thing. Have fun. But yeah, he gets to give you a little more information as to what's going on. You get also more dialogue options as the Dark Urge in Baldur's Gate. Because like going through the like little the circus that shows up is a lot more fascinating when you're there as the Dark Urge, because like there's just like the fortune teller is just like, you're fucked up. Like, oh, there's something wrong with you. Fair. Everybody there is like, oh, that's you're off-putting.
Does the genie still try and cheat you then?
Yeah, he sure does.
Okay. All right.
I mean, you can also cheat the genie and then go fight some dinosaurs.
Yes, I'm very aware of that happening because I was in the middle of just doing some trading, and then all I hear is a friend go, "Uh-oh." It's like, oh, what happened? Nothing, and then pop up, and it's like, they've taken 15 damage points. It's like, okay. Exit. Wait, where are you? Click on their icon. Why are you fighting dinosaurs? And he proceeds to explain his attempts to cheat a genie.
Yes. Do not rob a genie.
Shocking.
Shocking. Yeah. So the whole thing culminates into the final fight with Orin. And like if you follow the path of Baal, you will get the Baal spawn, like the Slayer form, like when you get to Baldur's Gate, which means you can transform into this like hulking. What's the character's name? What's that thing's name from Spawn? Like it looks like this thing with like the big claws.
I don't know, dude. Spawn's another edgelord thing I never got into.
It's like Velociter or something like that. It's the thing that Clown transforms into. Venerator. You know what I mean. Anybody who's read Spawn knows what I mean. I'm not looking it up. It's fine. But it looks like that, like with the spikes everywhere and like the big claws and that kind of shit. And so like you could have a big old monster on monster fight against Orin, because she also has the Slayer form. And before you get in there, Scleritus Fell is just like he's like, hey, just one more time, could I offer you some like ways to some murdering? Can you like really like if you accept the Baal stuff, like let's go kind of thing. And like beforehand in the ritual with the I don't know what they're called, but the little elephant thing that's a detective. I want to call it a flump, but it's not a flump. It's something else.
Yeah, I don't remember the
I can't
name.
remember what they're called, but it's like Valentinus or something like that is the name. But like, yeah, I straight up murdered that thing to see what happened. It's not pretty. That little elephant thing has no way of defending itself, and you will just
No.
stomp it. Yeah.
Okay.
And then you bathe in its blood, like literally you cut it open, like drain it into the fucking blood pool, and you're just like, yes, and you step in there and you bathe, and it's like, oh fuck. All right. Then you come out and Servox is just like, yeah, cool. When you kill my granddaughter Orin, come back and just like, hey, we'll chill. We'll be best buds.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. And then you go and fight Orin, and like the whole temple like leading there. It's just like, I feel there should be there's a misstep, because I feel like in the Temple of Baal, what should be happening is more of a civil war situation, because like you are showing back up, like the original like number one murderer under Baal is here to like basically fucking like do away with Orin, and I feel like you should have your own set of followers at this point, who are not your party, but like people who like liked you a lot more than her, and are like, hey, we should rebel and like help out, the Dark Urge, get what they want. That way we'll be on the right side of history when they come here and fuck up Orin. And that way we've got to fight her or him or whatever. It's like, okay. They don't do that though, and I feel like that's kind of a missed opportunity. I feel like that would have been a good idea. Which is too bad. But the thing is though, like by the time you get to this point, the dialogue is definitely still like much heavier, and like Orin and you are still twisting those knives up to the point where like you finally collide. And yeah, just like the fight with Merkel, I did terrible things to Orin with this build. I also decided to go full into the Mind Flayer stuff, like not full transformation, but like I had a lot of powers, horrible powers, that just let you do just ridiculous shit. And yeah, the stuff you can do to somebody with those Mind Flayer powers it's worth exploring as well, because that's also a fascinating playthrough that I think isn't talked about enough, because nobody wants to turn into a Mind Flayer, and I don't blame you, but like the abilities you get are pretty cool. Gotta say.
Yeah, if I recall, you also have to like take a lot of the Mind Flayer worm baby things to activate powers before it will actually turn you into Mind Flayer.
So yeah, the thing is, like, it's not just the tadpoles. The Emperor offers you an evolved Mind Flayer tadpole that actually like increases your power like tenfold. So it's like, yeah, you thought you were powerful as a Mind Flayer with the Mind Flayer stuff before? No. Now, now you have all this stuff as well. Now you're kicking some ass. It's yeah, like when you get that evolved tadpole. Oh boy, the shit you can do. That Mind Blast is no joke. Like full on manipulating people's minds, and like it's the shit you can do is very powerful. A lot of stun locking things. To a point where like the way I handled Orin was basically like just basically stunning her, knocking her prone, hitting her with like stunning fists, that kind of stuff the entire time. And like I could have probably defeated her like one-on-one with this method. So yeah, it was nasty. Yeah, and then after that, the stuff with like you can either fully 100% like yes accept the position of like number one Baal spawn again, and then go back to being the Lord of Murder, or you can just be like, fuck that, I'm not anymore. And I chose that method, and it does something I think is pretty interesting, and leads actually for like much further lore implications. Um, because like, so when you say no to Ball, guess what he does, Hassan?
And gets angry and punishes you.
Kills you, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a shocker, right? When you deny the Lord of Murder his scion, he goes like, well, fuck you, and kills you. As he should. He's the Lord of Murder. Um but then after that happens, this is technically a story murder, a story kill, so you should technically not live past that. But what's his name? Oh God, the mummy guy who shows up in your party. Withers, thank you, Withers. He shows up and resurrects your ass, and is like, "No, you're not done yet. You still have more to go." And so Withers is in a temple of not Merkel. I can't remember who it is, but he's in a temple of like where you find Withers in the sarcophagus. He's in a temple where effectively is like a god of like liches and immortal beings kind of thing. And like this one's not like an often talked about god. It's like third edition. Like in fifth edition, it's not even a thing. So knowing that Larian kind of went back that far and grabbed lore from like back then and worked Withers into with this sort of situation, where he shows up and he's just like, there's more destiny about you than all this stuff, and then get up kind of thing. It's pretty good. But I do like the fact that Ball just straight kills your ass. And I think it would have been not a bad move to have the game end there if you're playing the Dark Urge, because that's effectively like the proper ending for your story. Like going on further and fighting the Elder Brain and that kind of stuff. That's someone else's problem now. You're dead. But I mean, like, yeah, I think that I would have liked the choice to keep going on if I wanted to, and as opposed to you are resurrected because that's just how it works, kind of thing. But yeah, past that, some of the other cool interactions, like I said, are with Gortash, where he sides with you and wants you to go and kill Orin. And I like how chummy he is with you. It is kind of fascinating where he's like actually relieved to see you. But beyond that, there's not a whole lot more about the Dark Urge besides those things. But like, it is definitely a fascinating playthrough, for especially as like evil characters go, because like you kind of said at the top there, a lot of games let you play evil. There's kind of like, yeah, it's whatever, a renegade paragon mechanic, and it's not really all that bad. And even if you still save the world kind of thing.
Well, it's not even just that it's like, oh, you could play these ways, but almost every game lacks a consistency to the character. Like, I think one of the things that it sounds like Larian did was not I don't want to say force you to go evil, but the world consistently reacts to and expects you to maintain that path. Whereas like the BioShock example, you could literally have gone kill a girl, save a girl, kill a girl, save a girl.
Yeah.
And it kind of doesn't like change anything. Or in Mass Effect, like you can flip-flop between Paragon and Renegade choices, and the world around you doesn't necessarily like react to that. Characters only care about your decision within that singular moment. But, the next dialogue tree, the next action you take you don't have characters just being like, Shepard the killer, Shepard the murderer around. So it at least sounds like this, makes it, still sound like knowing Baldur's Gate. There's obviously going to be some flaw in it. Will have some of that. It doesn't care about the previous, but by making it part of your character and constantly encouraging you down that path, it at least seems like they've done a good way of focusing you on a path, whereas most games are just not very good at that. It's just like, you could be evil if you want.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, you could be evil if you want to be. Go and do that, I guess. But like, this is like, hey, we have a specific story we want to tell with the evil playthrough. Like, nobody, like, yeah, you could just choose to be an evil Tav as well, and that plays it the way you feel like it would for like a BioWare game from Mass Effect, that kind of thing. But like, it's quite different when you pick Dark Urge and choose to go evil, because there's a lot more to it. There's nuance, there's storytelling. I feel like that's kind of like the way to play the game realistically. Because yeah, like even if it's your first time playing, the Dark Urge path might be the better one to go with anyway, because there's so much there. Like, there's a lot more meat on that on that plate, as opposed to with just Tav. With that said, I mean, the regular Tav playthrough is still quite excellent. It's done that way for a reason. That Dark Urge, man. Yeah, the options, the dialogue options as well, the quests, the weird little interactions between you and the world, where when you kill certain people, yeah, it's worth it. It's worth a look through for sure.
Cool. Anything else you have to say about your quest to protect Shinra or something?
Is it protecting Shinra? Is that what we're doing?
I just think that's
Vincent protecting Shinra.
Dude, I don't remember much about it. Again, I thought he was lame. I try and block out as much as I can about him.
I couldn't tell you. No, that's it. That's it for me.
All right. Well, in that case, why don't you tell people where to find us?
Go to our Blue Sky, which is at EIFNAR. We're there. You can yell at us about how much you like the Dark Urge playthrough as well. Sure, do that. Go to our Spotify and iTunes pages. Basically, listen to our show there. Rate us something. Rate us 5 stars if you dare to, or follow us or whatever. And if you're on YouTube, you should also like and subscribe to the show. Like, comment, and subscribe. I guess I don't read your comments that much. If you want to like interact, that's cool. So sometimes you write a funny comment. They're usually pretty hurtful, but I have very thick skin, so and I like that because I'm a masochist. Anyway, click the buttons down below that make your life much happier, and if that would be the case, it'll make our happy days too. Share the show with your friends if you want to. Go to our friends at djdane.com. That's the guy that does our show, our music, djdane.com. Listen to his great tunes, and if you wouldn't mind, he's got a few people he needs you to take care of, if you will. You know,
his his parents getting old and they need like help. Is that what you're saying?
No, not like that. No. He has people he needs you to take care of.
Like a sick family member? They need some help around the house or something?
I don't think you're getting what I'm putting down a song, but he needs you to take care of somebody. Wink, wink.
Oh, murder.
No. Well, yes. It's the murder one. Anyway, that's it for the show. Tune in next time for the Echeveria episode of Everything's Fine is Ruined. See ya.
See ya.
Say it.